Hello everyone, Morgan here, and today we're going to talk about the 2 times 10 gig networking card that we use in our firewalls as a main router. Sometimes we use 1 card, sometimes we use 2, and sometimes we use 3. It all depends on how big is the network. So these cards are usually used for servers in the data centers. They meant that way because the server already has a high efficiency fans that they will push the airflow and they will cool this heatsink without the need of having a fan here. But in our deployment, it does not work because we are using a normal PC, and this is where this card is going to go, and this PCI Express, and there's no fans that would able to cool it down, and these things get really hot. So and it won't burn it, but it won't work as it's supposed to be. Okay, so what we're gonna do today, we're gonna discuss how we add a fan to this unit here. Okay, this unit doesn't come with this bracket. It comes with this bracket, which is standard bracket for servers. So we build these brackets here that way to fit the short insert. But if it's long insert, we also make bracket for that. It depends on what hardware we have to deploy in that particular site. All right, so this one, I think I put a video already how we make these customized. These are made from galvanized, so they won't rust. All right, let's go back to the subject. So I went ahead and bought these from Amazon. These are heatsink that they have fans. Okay, let me see if I can open it. Oh yeah, you just pop them up, isn't it? See, sometimes it's easy. So we're gonna take one. Just let me pull this cable. Okay, so this is the fan that we're gonna use. As we can see here, it's just 2 pins, so 12 volt and common. This is the heatsink. It has already double-sided thermal tape in it. So what we're going to do, we have to take this one out, and then we're going to locate where is the power that we can power this fan, okay, in this card. Then we're going to insert it in the motherboard and make sure that it works, it start cooling and all that good stuff. So this is already installed in here with double-sided tape. Okay, so we're going to try to pry it out without breaking nothing, hopefully. And there you go. It's not that hard. Now this is the heatsink that is on it. It's heavy. It's pure copper, which is absorb a lot of heat, but there's no fan, so it doesn't do us any good. So once we get this out, it is a clean, but just let's use some alcohol in here and just clean up the surface where we're gonna stick that heatsink. Make sure nothing is in there from the previous one. Okay, and let it dry on its own. So there you go. Now we're gonna install this one up, and you will see why we're doing this. Or maybe we can install it also to the side, same thing. So we're gonna vertically make sure that Let's show you here. I wish I have a little bit more light. Just press on it a little bit. And this tape is really good, so it's literally there. Okay, so here we replace the original heatsink that it did not have no fan with one that already has fan, because in the computer that we're going to use, or the unit that we're going to use, it does not have air that it push from in out. Okay, so we have to literally put it in there. I did a little study in this card, and I find out where is the nearest that we can hook up power without interfering with anything else, without draining it from going to a RAM or going, I mean, most of the things are 5 volts anyway, but we find a 12 volt, and we can see here is huge copper trace out, so that means it's quite a bit of amperage right here. So, and according to what we already did, which we did another card, okay, it's the same, similar as you can see. All right, we did this one already, so, and we find out that the 2 pins that has 12 volt is usually we choose where is the thicker copper. That way, because this fan will draw some amperage, so we want to make sure we don't put it through a thin line that it may feed something else and it may cause problems. So we found out the positive and negative around this capacitor, so we just solder the 2 connectors. And now I'm gonna bring the unit. Okay, so this is the unit. Let me zoom out a little bit. Perfect. So this is the unit here, and we're gonna install the card. That's easy, because this unit comes with 1 gig Ethernet, and we want to run it at 2 times 10 gig aggregated, so that way we'll have a bandwidth of 20 gigs in our LAN side. So it's there. Let me get the DAC cables, which are 2 times 10. I'm gonna plug them in. Oops, upside down. Okay. So here is our 2 times 10 gig in there, and we're gonna power the unit. As you can see, the card is on, and you can hear the fan. It's the loudest fan in the whole unit. Okay, and the reason we don't want to use like a super micro and or kind of cheap server decommissioned unit, because they really make a lot of noise. And to me, it doesn't bother me, but when we put it in other people's places, it does. So that's why we use this silence unit. They work pretty good. They don't make no noise. It's an i5 processor on it, good enough to handle all that bandwidth. 16 gigs of memory. Very, very silent, very sleek, and it works perfect. So here it is. This is the 10 gig card that we use, and they really work perfect. And just let you know, some of the cards that we got, I got one card that's made by the same factory, okay, but this one already have the 12 volt right here pins, so we just welded straight to it. One same model, just different year, I guess. It didn't have it, so we have to actually find where we attach it to. There you go. I hope this video help you guys to, if you want to use one of these cards, 2 times 10 gig for your LAN side, not the WAN side, they're not going to work in the WAN, Well, I have different cars. We may talk about them one day that they will work in the wind side, but not this particular model. Here you go. Well, everything's lighting up as you see. Data's going, which is great. And the processor here for the card is really cool. I can feel the fan because there is no air coming in this way to cool it down. There you go. Well, see you in the next one. Take care now.